It's 4:45 in the morning. I'm looking like the amount of sleep that I got, which was less than 2 hours. We're flying to Disney for the day and coming right back. Just birthday things. Not my birthday, her birthday. We're flying out of BWI and we're gonna meet up with my sister who's driving up from South Florida. We're going to meet up, we're going to gallivant, we're going to celebrate our girl, we're going to experience the magic, and then she and I are going to fly right back to Maryland. Let's go.
This Disney out and back trip almost didn't happen because there's only so much money we were willing to give Spirit for a trip from BWI to Orlando. Like, don't be ridiculous. But God, in the perseverance of a birthday girl, means she caught a big price drop Wednesday morning and we were boarding Saturday morning. I paid about $165.98 for the plane ticket. We Ubered from the Orlando airport and got dropped off at the Transportation and Ticket Center where we met up with my sister. Actually, we had to take a shuttle to the regular parking spot and we met up with her. So we had our tickets to Magic Kingdom. We had our Lightning Lane pass. We bought the multi-pass for about just a little over $34, I think. And our 3 rides were Pirates of the Caribbean, Space Mountain, and Haunted Mansion. So those were the ones for which we were not going to stand in line. But we wanted to start with Tiana's Bayou. That was our can't miss ride. It had a long wait time, so we were going to start with it first so that by the time we rode it, it would be time for us to check into Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, God.
Listen, we are grown. So the thought of getting jostled and dropped by a roller coaster had us shaking in our boots.
I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. Oh, Lord. Hey, girl.
For y'all to play my party tonight.
These cats troopers.
It was great. It was amazing. The scenery was beautiful. Attention to detail. Yes. The anticipation of the drop was worse than the actual drop.
Yes. By the time we got there, our bellies were in a knot.
The ab muscles was working out.
And we got dressed. Girl, all
Yes.
day. We sat in the front row.
Yeah, it was worth it. We walked everywhere.
Definitely worth it. I feel that we were punching above our weight class with this ride, and we have a Lightning Lane pass for Space Mountain. And I just feel like we're aiming a little high with that, but we gonna see if we stick with that plan. All right, let's keep going.
We checked the app and saw that there was a 20-minute wait for Pirates of the Caribbean, which was to be our first Lightning Lane. So we edited the Lightning Lane and swapped this out for Mickey's PhilharMagic. I cannot say that right fast. So we went on Pirates. It was underwhelming. I wasn't really impressed. It was just there. And then afterwards, we bought some souvenirs and then made our way to Mickey's PhilharMagic. The whole time, we're having a debate of are we going to do Space Mountain or not? Because my sister and I are getting more and more anxious. We are not feeling it, even though we saw... we looked up at one point, how many drops does it have? What is it like? Are we going to do it or not? Are we going to swap it out for something else? What are we going to do? And the verdict was...
We've decided we're doing Space Mountain. The birthday girl has decided we're doing Space Mountain.
Big girl.
We're doing Space Mountain. How you feeling? Wait.
I'll let you know after.
I'm excited.
I am feeling very, very anxious, even though I read about the number of drops.
Times 2.
Anxious times 2.
It's gonna be fine. We're gonna have a blast. Watch the recap after.
All right, we'll do it after. How are we feeling after the ride? Janine, you're up. How do you feel after?
I feel great and I accomplished something because the way I didn't want to do it, and now I'm glad I did it. It wasn't that bad.
All right, Jen, step into the light.
So I was very gung ho, and then I kept my eyes shut majority of the time. But it was very fun, and I'm glad that we did it.
Same. It wasn't that bad. Definitely the anticipation was worse. But even the drop itself wasn't
Bad at all.
It was all
was more
the turning. Yeah, I feel like Tiana's Bayou drop was more steep. Yeah, definitely. It was just all the turns and the jerking. Yeah, but recommend, worth conquering your fear.
Conquering your fears works up quite the appetite. So after this, we went to eat at Be Our Guest restaurant, which is Belle and Beast restaurant. Now, the birthday girl didn't care about this. Neither did my sister. Didn't care where we ate, but I really wanted to eat at Belle and Beast restaurant. So they humored me. I would say eat at Be Our Guest restaurant if you have might as well money. Yeah, if you have might as well. Because the food cost about $77 with tax, if I'm remembering correctly. And the food itself, now our waiter, who was very sweet, she's recommended the steak fleet. She said people come back 2 days later just to have the steak fleet. Now you see my sister's face, okay? After I had the steak fleet, I was like, do they come back 2 days later for this? Because, like, what you mean? Everything was weirdly soft. No seasonings to be heard of. It was just meh. But Beast made an appearance. Don't count on seeing Belle. She does not come to the restaurant. We knew that going in. I made a cutesy video montage of our time in the restaurant, so go watch that. And this was the last thing we could do. We could not make it to our third Lightning Lane ride, which was Haunted Mansion. So to this day, I have not experienced Haunted Mansion. We had to get back to the airport. We did our last bit of souvenir shopping on the way back to the main entrance.
Cute. Oh my god, this one's $90. You heard me, Janine? This one's 90. Oh my god. And I'm home. We went, we saw, we conquered Disney in a day. Disney out and back is what I'm calling it. This trip ended the way it began in terms of like getting to the airport, at least for me, because my sister dropped us off with 8 minutes to boarding, but it was okay because security was a breeze. Our gate was very near to the terminal. And so when we got there, actually the plane, because it was late, when we got there, the plane was just starting to deplane. So we got to sit and chill and wait to board. And we did it. We did it. I consider this traveling hard. Flying into a place for a day or even 2 days, and then just gallivanting and doing all the things and then flying right back. This is a bit too fast for me, but definitely worth it. I would love to go to the other Disney parks. So last year was my first time going to Disney World. No, second time, but first time I was in middle school. I'd love to go to Animal Kingdom. I'd love to go to Epcot again. Anyways, thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, and if my face looks weird, it's not just because I'm tired, it's because I'm now having a reaction. I don't know why, but my eye is feeling very dry, and there's some like stuff on, my skin is raised, so my skin is irritated. I don't know what's irritating it, because I wore sunscreen, didn't reapply, but I did wear sunscreen. I don't know. But the trip is done. I'm happy. The birthday girl is very, very, very happy. Another trip down in the books. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions.